Hello there, I'm Davide Vaccarini, reporting to you from ARVI headquarters in Milano. We have with us today the general manager of one of the greatest Grave Château, Chteau Bailly. We have with us Véronique Sanders. Hi Véronique, thank you very much for being here with us today.
Thank you, David, for your invitation.
So, Haut Bailly is in Grave, but it has a unique terroir. Why?
The terroir of Haut Bailly is very special. First of all, it's located on a hillock, so its topography makes it incredible. We have a natural inclination, natural drainage, and that's a fantastic thing. The second thing is, of course, the microclimate. You know that in Bordeaux we have an amazing climate, but every single property has its own microclimate. And Haut Bailly, being on the top of the appellation, is of course very lucky with its own microclimate. And then the third thing is the diversity of the soils and subsoils. So of course, being in the Grave, we have lots of gravel on the superficial thing, but if we look deeper, you will realize that we have lots of clay. And that's something which is quite unique and specific. But Haut Bailly is more a mosaic of soils and subsoils, and we always have something to play with depending on what the weather will give us. So if we have a wet climate, we can play with certain part of the terroir. If we have a very hot and dry climate, then we play with other parts of the terroir. So that explains also the consistency of Haut Bailly, whatever the vintage is.
The vineyard you still use quite a lot. You still use Malbec and Carmenere. These days, these grape varieties are related to the South America, but in fact they were historical from Bordeaux.
Absolutely, they were historical from Bordeaux, and what you should remember is that Bordeaux is about blend wines.
Yes. And
the old vines at Haut Bailly that we have, which are 120, 25 years old,
wow,
are a testimony from the past. Yes. And it's a blend field, and the owner, Alcide Bello des Minières, at that time, used to mix 6 different grape varieties. So his recipe was to have 1/12 of Merlot, 1/12 of Carmenere, 1/12 of Malbec, 1/12 of Cabernet Franc, and 1/12 of Petit Verdot, and the rest, 7/12 of Cabernet Sauvignon. And everything is still mixed. And it's the heart of our blend every single year. It's part of our DNA. It's something which is exceptional and unique. It brings a complexity, it brings something which is incredible. It's really the heart of Haut Bailly every single vintage.
So, Véronique, if you have to describe Haut Bailly in 3 words, what would they be?
It would definitely be elegance, purity, and for sure consistency.
Customers sometimes ask me about vintages, and as I say, there is not really anymore the bad vintage, and the really good vintage is more about drinking window. So what's the best vintage to drink right now for Haut Bailly?
I think there isn't one vintage, but many, and it also depends a lot of your taste. If you are keen on relatively young vintages, you can go for 2012, 2008, which are wonderful babies. But if you want to move more towards the greatest vintages, I mean, 2009 is of course exceptional and fantastic to drink since its birth. But if you are lucky to have a very deep cellar, of course, Haut Bailly is a wine that you have to enjoy with a bit more maturity. Then you can go for the 1990 or 89, or even better, the 64, the 61, and eventually the 1918, which is in a mythic bottle.
Véronique, I was honored to get invited at Chteau Bailly, and I see that you also run hospitality side at the Château. Can you tell us about it?
I think this is very important because every year we try to do the best wine we can, but if you are not known or not welcoming, this is a shame. And when I was a little girl, I used to come every day during the holiday with my grandfather to welcome people. So hospitality has been part of our history at Chteau Bailly, and we like to receive people as friends. So that's simple. What we do is that we just try to give a bit of our time to share our experience, to show what we are doing in the vineyard, to show how we work in the cellar, and then to share some wines together. Eventually, you can also enjoy the food of our own chef. We opened a private table 10 years ago, and it's very successful. It's very exclusive. It's just for a few people. It's not a restaurant, but it's a very exclusive experience. You can stay on the estate for a few hours and enjoy it. So it's something we love to do, and we love to welcome people from everywhere who share the same thing as us. It means good wines.
Last but not least, Château Le Pape. 2012, we acquired this beautiful chateau. Can you tell us what is behind?
Yes, it's a property which is very close to Haut Bailly because it's 900 meters away from Haut Bailly, so you can really walk between the two estates. It has lots of similarities with Haut Bailly. It's on a hillock. It's all vines, red wine only, no white. One major difference, it's mostly Merlot. And
Okay.
the house is a little gem, is a beautiful estate from the 18th century. It's surrounded by the vineyard. It's in a beautiful garden, and we opened in 2015 a few guest house. It became a guest house, and we have opened a few rooms. So it's a lovely bed and breakfast. And same thing, we like the people to share our experience, enjoy the peaceful atmosphere which is on the estate, and share a glass of wine on the terrace looking at the vineyard. Simple things, but beautiful ones.
Véronique, thank you very much for coming to visit us. I'm looking forward to try your wines tonight with our guests during the event. And also I'm really looking forward to come to visit you for the Premier campaign in Bordeaux. Thank you all for watching, and arrivederci.